Hey friends. Hey friends. Hey friends. How are you all doing on this joyous Monday? I hope you had a marvelous freeing day on this Monday, y'all. I don't know about y'all, but this was a Monday. You hear me? This was a Monday. But we made it, y'all. We made it. We made it, right? Come on in the room. Tell me how you're doing. I love to hear it. You can mess with my hair. Y'all, my curls won't stay. But it's all good. We gonna work. We gonna make it do what it do. All right, y'all. Welcome to Free Conversations again with me, late night. Free Conversations late night, y'all. Where we talk about real life situations, right? So we're going to chat as usual tonight. If there's anything you'd like to discuss, anything in particular you want to talk about, you let me know because I'm here for you too. I'm here for you, so don't be rude. Come in the room and say hello. Y'all ever like start messaging? I do this all the time. Start messaging somebody and forget. Like the way my brain work is that I be like, oh, let me do this real quick. Because I just realized I started not text messaging. I started messaging someone back a response, and I totally did not finish it. Happens all the time. All right. First things first. Rest in peace, Uncle Phil. No, I'm just kidding, y'all. Yeah, so we got quite a few things going on, y'all. I'm excited about. I am so excited about some things that we're working on for free. If you have not already, please subscribe to my YouTube channel, it's Portia Green. You can find me at MRSPGTV. You can find F.R.E.E.'s page on Instagram. You can follow you can be a part of our group, our community on Facebook. You can put the acronym FREE in, and you should find us. Yeah, you should find us. I was going to say something else, but we have a lot of great things happening in 2023 that I'm really excited about. One, we have our book club starting this weekend, y'all. Super excited about that. I was going to start with my book, but hey, I said we might as well go on with Sis Tab's book. We are reading Feeding the Soul. So if you have not signed up already, you can click the link that's posted in the group or in the bio. There's a link to greenlifees.com. You can go there and you can sign up. This sign up is how you get access to the group. I'm making the group exclusive where we come into a room together and we talk freely because that's what we do with Free. We talk freely and we're going to get into this book, right? I've started reading a little bit, you could say. But we're going to get into this book. This is just one of many books that we'll be reading. There's so many books that I'm sure y'all are not the only ones that start a book and that haven't finished it. There's a lot of books that we can read, y'all. I'm down for the reading. You can definitely add recommendations once you sign up for the book club, so that I can know what you want to watch, babe. All right, so we can get into it. Sounds good to you? Sounds good to me. All right. So also what we gonna do is talk a little bit about have you heard? Because I want to know. Have you heard? You know, we hear a lot of things throughout the day, but have you heard? Have you heard? Have you heard the news? Let's see, have you heard? So the new word on the street is that this is the season for you to do the best things for you this season, y'all. Be the best version of you this year for you. Listen, it's so important, y'all. Word on the street is that we still out here doing what's best for everybody else and not enough for ourselves. That's what I heard. That's word on the street. Is that true? Is it true? Is it true that you still out here breaking your neck for everybody else except for yourself? Because that's what I heard. Is it true? Let me hear. Let me hear it. Let me hear in the comments. Is it true? Because you know, word on the street, everything you hear on the street ain't true. I just want to know if it's true or not. This is the season, y'all, that it's important to do what's best for you. Because who else gonna do it? If you are not doing what's best for you, who else gonna do it? Cause everybody else that you looking out for ain't gonna do it. So why not you do it? Why not this be the season of your life that you do what's best for you? You go to places you want to go. You do the things you want to do. You read the books you want to read. You watch the videos that you want to watch. You invest in that course that you need to, that you want to take so you can build your skills up. That you um, get a therapist, get a coach that you need so that you can keep growing and building. Why don't you just join a community of people that get you, right? If you have not, like I said, if you haven't been a part of Free yet, please join the group. Get around people because there's more to come, y'all. Like a lot of things are changing with Free. Um, COVID threw us off a little bit, but we getting back there where we at. But why not do what you need to do for you in this season? Because ain't nobody else worried about what you're not doing for you. A lot of people probably worried about why you not doing something for them. But who's most important, right? I'm most important. You're most important. So why not be the best version of you in this season of your life? What having no care, no concern of what other people think, what they might think, because really that's not none of your business anyway. There was this thing, say if you had any like superpower, what would it be, right? Um, any superpower, I see those eyes, Vaughn. If you had any superpower, what you want, and some people said they would want to read minds, or they would want to be invisible, or they would want to be like have this superhero strength, or they want to see in the future. Like, but most often the things that super strength or superpower that we want is what we are utilizing in our life currently to keep us from living the life that we should want or desire. Let me explain what I mean by that. So say for instance, you want the power to read people's minds. So that superpower power would tell me personally a lot about you because you will want to know what's on people's minds. But why would we want to know what's on people's minds? Why would we want to know what's on people's minds? Is it for the intent of knowing what they're saying about you? That ain't no good. If is it knowing the intent on how to get something from them? Yeah, that ain't no good either. Is it knowing their next move? Yeah, that ain't no good either. Sometimes that superpower that we want is something that is controlling us. To know what someone is thinking, to know someone's next move is honestly that could be that very thing that's holding us back in life. And but us wanting to know what people are thinking, wanting people to know how people feel, wanting people to know people's next moves, That's has absolutely no concern for us in our lives because it does us no justice. What good would it to be us to be overly consumed or know what someone is thinking or what one person's next move? What does it have to do with us, right? No judgment. It was a fun thing to do or want to know, but sometimes I'm using this as a teaching moment. Sometimes those very things that we feel like we want us the superpower or control over is that very thing that's holding us back in life from accomplishing our own goals that are that are keeping us from experiencing our own growth. Because I can say for myself, like I used to want to know what people were thinking. Like, but that was connected to an insecurity of my own, right? Because I had this, yeah. When I said I told y'all before, and I'm gonna say it again. I was messed up. Let me tell you, I was messed up. My trauma did a number on me. Let me tell you, it did a number on me. And I used to want to know what people were thinking, know what their next move was, and that was because of my trauma. It was a way of protecting myself, right? Because if I knew what people were thinking, I would be one step ahead of them and I could protect myself. But me being over consumed with that, wanting to know what people are thinking or how they feel about me or what I'm doing. What would people think if I put this out? What would people think if I started an organization? What would people think if I started creating my own bags? What would people think if you know, things like that? That's what keeps us back from experiencing. I said holding for a reason, but holding or experiencing our goals, our growth experience, because we're consumed mentally with what people would think. That's none of our business. Because to be honest, a lot of stuff that people think is kind of wacky. I wouldn't want to know. Especially working with it, in the mental health field. Like, I really don't want to know people's thoughts. Like, the more I thought about it, I was like, why do I want to know people's thoughts? Um, and that's not really any of my business because no matter how they feel about me, it should not keep me from doing what I need to be doing here in the earth because they didn't call me to it. God Himself called me to it. And the only person I should be worried about what they're thinking of me is God Himself. And Jeremiah 29 says, uh, I know the thoughts that I have towards you. And those are the only thoughts I need to be concerned with, honestly. Do y'all agree? I don't need to be concerned about thoughts about what anybody else has to think about me. Honestly, there are some people in your life that may have some thoughts about the things that you say, granted, that you do. And it could be with good intention. If you have a friend, like you can go to that friend like, friend, what do you think about this? And you know that they won't say anything that's malicious or bad or with bad intent towards you when they give you their feedback. Those people are important too to have, but you shouldn't be overly consumed with that thought. Us being overly consumed with the thoughts of other people they have for us, towards us, is not good. It's not good at all. It's going to keep us from living the life that we want. And one thing that the last few years have taught me, especially the first part, the end of last year and the beginning of this year, is that I don't have time to be work consumed with what people have to say or think because what's I have too much to do, too much on my plate to be thinking about what other people are doing, other people feel about me, other people might say about me. I have too much going on to think about that. And there's a saying that says, mind the business that pay you. And it's a good saying though, because if we are truly minding the business that pays us, we ain't got time to be thinking about what nobody else has to say to us or think of us. We really don't. We don't have any time for that. So, my challenge to you is to focus in on what it is that you have going on and what you need to be doing here today. Like laser focus. Do whatever you need to do to be that best part of you because you're your greatest investment. You're your greatest investment. You're your greatest piece of work. You're your greatest art. You're God's greatest art piece of. You're His masterpiece. He created you in His image. Um, the way He saw fit for you to be. And when we what's the word I'm looking for? When we grab a hold to that and we own it, listen, there's nothing that anyone could say, anyone could do that can keep you from living the life that you desire and God purposed you to live. Listen, y'all, get around some people who know you, who see you, and can show you, like, look, you got this, sis. You got this. You're great at what you do. They acknowledge your strengths. They pull out your strengths too, so you can see them. Because sometimes, y'all, we don't always look in the mirror. We don't always look in the mirror at who we are. And I can say that for myself. Like, I don't look in the mirror very too often and say, Portia, you're great. You're amazing at doing this, this, and this. Like, but it sometimes takes some time for me. And lately I've been doing a little bit more sitting back and really basking in who I am and what I'm doing and who God created me to be. Because it's important. Because if I don't own it, then who's gonna own it? If you don't own who you are and what you're capable of doing it, who's gonna own it? And when you don't own it, someone can taint it. Someone can taint it. Someone can come in your life and say, oh, this ain't nothing. You ain't doing nothing. You ain't worth nothing. And if you don't own who you are, and you can't protect it either. So one thing that when I first started free, I really didn't get why God didn't allow me to just put it out there. Like, He just told me to start the group. He wouldn't, but make it invitation only. He wouldn't allow me to just put it out there and say, hey, I started a group. Anybody can join, yada, 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 or whatever. So what happened was it was invitation only. And it's kind of sort of is still like that. I invite people, excuse me, on one night, but it was like people that I knew, and the people that I knew invited people they knew, kind of situation. And the reason I learned later, probably like a year or two later, that God was protected. He was helping me protect what He had me building. And while I was building it, I was learning it and what God intended it to be, right? Roll with me, y'all. So while I was building it, I was learning what God intended it to be. And I just couldn't let anyone or anybody have access to it yet because I needed to own it. And me owning it, I had to know what this was really about. I had to know really what was being done, the purpose of this group. And if I couldn't own it, I couldn't protect it. Y'all with me? So only a few people could be in it. And I still feel like God is not allowing it to be as big as what it is because there's so much that I'm learning and that I'm building and I'm cultivating, that I need to be able still to be able to protect this. And everybody can't have access to it. So whatever you're doing or whatever you desire to be or desire to do, it's okay if it's small, if it starts out small, or if it's not going to wherever you feel like it needs to be. Because God might be protecting you and it so that you can own it. That while it's being cultivated, while you can own it's like your baby. So it's kind of like a baby. I guess during the time, um, say a gestational phases when you're someone is I haven't had a baby yet, so I don't know. I know a lot of things, but I don't know completely. So that's just disclaimer. So when you're pregnant, like you're literally the baby is in your belly during the gestational stages, and your belly, your womb is being protected, right? So that nothing can cause your what is growing in the inside of you to be harmed or damaged. It's protected by layers and layers and layers and layers of skin and fluids and all the great things that God created to cover your womb. And those layers of protection are to help the baby grow. So when that baby comes, you've already built a relationship with it. You know the ins and out. You know when the baby moves. You know what time of the morning the baby moves. You know what time of the day. When the night the baby is hungry, or it might be, it might be doing a whole bunch of moving. You know when the baby got hiccups. You know when the baby didn't like something that you ate. You know all the likes, the dislikes. You know all those things. So by the time that baby is birthed to the world, you know the ins and outs of that child, and you own that this is my child. I'm going to protect this child at all costs. That's just how God wants us to be with the things that he's given us. He wants us to own it so that we can protect it. Yeah, I didn't even mean to go here tonight, but I feel like this need to be said. So God wants us to own it so that we can protect it. Whatever you're working on it, own it. Grow with it. Learn the ins and outs. Learn every part of what you're doing so that when it is ready for the world or for whomever you're preparing it for, or who God has you preparing it for, it will be ready. You'll be able to protect it. You'll be able to nurture it. You know the ins and outs of it, and nobody can destroy it. No one could bring harm to it because it's your baby. And that goes for you. It's you got to protect you. You got to love on you. I feel like I went all off a little bit, but but let this be the year, and every year after this year be the year where you be your best self. And whatever God wants you to work on, it can be just you. If God just wants you to work on you, whatever God work on was got you working on, do it to your best ability and nurture it, protect it, get through it through the ups and downs. Y'all, I'm gonna be honest. I wasn't feeling the greatest getting on here. Right before I was gonna get on here, and I started not to do this live. But even when I was sick last week, it hurt me so bad not to be doing this live because I felt like I had built a momentum and I was being consistent, and I was hating that I was breaking my momentum and my consistency because it took me a long time to get here. A long time to get here, y'all. And once you get to a place where you took so long to build and grow, you want to keep it going. You want to keep it where it's at. But me being sick just gave me that little bit more momentum. Like it showed me that it's in me now. Like it's not something that I'm going to be on and off doing like I was before as I was growing. I was trying to do better. Like it was on and off. But now It's another level of growth. So don't forsake your levels of growth because they're going to look different. Your levels of change. There's different stages of change. There's contemplation, um, pre-contemplation, contemplation. Um, darn, I know that pre-contemplation, contemplation. Um, my brain. I know the stages change, y'all. Why am I having a brain brat? And I just seen a message come through. I'm wondering what this is. It's an important message too. Hold on, y'all. I'm sorry. All right. So the stages of change are pre-contemplation, contemplation, preparation, action, and maintenance. So the 5 stages of change. And when we go through those stages of change, we literally are experiencing different things. And I'll break this down another day. Maybe I'll do it tomorrow. But change is not something that happens overnight. So please don't beat yourself up. Growth is not something that happens overnight. It takes time and effort. Like you got to keep at it. Like even if it doesn't look the way you think it should, just keep at it. I promise you, baby, you'll get there. So when I was saying like just commit to being your best self and doing whatever you need to do to work on whatever you want for your life, just do it. Don't give up. Don't give it up at all. So I'm gonna end this right now. Um, I appreciate y'all getting on and listen with me for engaging. I totally, totally, totally appreciate y'all. I love y'all so much. Um, let's continue. But I have now we have the book club, so don't forget to sign up for the book club. If you had not already, you can go to greenlifees.com and sign up for the book club. It'll be the first thing that you see on the screen. Um, you can go there and sign up for the book club. And you can also um, go and schedule a session. Uh-oh. I don't turn some music on. Are you ready? Hey. So are you ready for this book club? Because I'm ready. I'm really ready, y'all. I forgot I had downloaded it to my phone. So we're going to have the book club this Saturday. If you have not already, sign up. This tab. This is the book we're going to be reading. It's a really good book, y'all. I started reading some of it. It's really good. And if you hadn't known already that I have opened up my coaching services up again. So now I am accepting clients currently. I do have a free consultation that I provide for individuals, families, and couples. If you don't know already, I have been working in the field of social work, community social work, advocacy. I've been working to help people change their lives for many, many years, for about 17 years now. And so I am opening up my calendar to accept new clients, new partners, should I say? Because I don't really like the word client. New partners to partner with me to help them work on their goals, whether it be in your relationships with yourself, God, and other people. I am here to support you with that. Um, yeah, you can go to greenlifees.com too to also sign up for your free consult. You can get a free consult, 30-minute consult with me. Then I do have hour and 30-minute sessions that you can follow, not you can follow, that you can get. Yeah, so go check me out. You can also see some more stuff about me. Go my bio on the website, and you'll see a little bit more. All right, y'all. I love you so, so, so much, y'all. I really do. I really love you and I appreciate you. Please share this live. Thank you for tuning in. Remember, we are streaming on YouTube, Facebook, group Instagram. You can go on any of those pages and share, except for the group, and share the live. You can invite people into the group so they can partake in all the things that's going on. But we do have in the month of March is before I get off, March is Women's History Month. So we're going to be celebrating women in history. We got some speakers coming in. Our first, it's a series, y'all, is going to happen. A series of interviews with some ladies that I'm connected to. We're going to have a session. I ain't going to tell y'all yet, but just be stay tuned in March. March is starting this week, but the 9th is when we're going to start the live interview. So stay tuned. I look forward to sharing these ladies with y'all. I love you. Remember, be free. Don't allow anything or anyone to keep you from living the life that you desire and God purpose you to live. Have a wonderful night, y'all. Be free. I love y'all. Good night.